Hi everyone, my name is Nyla Flamer and I'm 13 years old. I live in Trenton, New Jersey and hope to be a professional photographer one day. I also am a lover of social justice and have been working on a project interviewing people in my faith community about social justice. I want you to meet my godmother, Pat Deeney, who has been helping me with this project. I want you to meet her because she has chosen to be an anti racist, and I want to talk to her for a few minutes about her choice and how she works at doing that.
I've been actively involved in anti racism for over 20 years. I've come to the conclusion to sustain any kind of activity in this social justice area that for me, anti racism has become a daily spiritual practice. And that has helped to sustain me in, well, now I'm 72. So, in wanting to continue to be an intentional anti racism advocate basically until I die. So, that's my focus for the rest of my life.
I have known you all my life, and you have always been loving to me, taking good care of me, and taught me things. I never thought of you as a racist. Did you ever think of yourself as a racist or doing racist things?
From my perspective, being a white person growing up in the United States, it's impossible not to be basically swimming in a sea of racism and racist uh, behaviors and perspectives. Basically, swimming in a sea of racism and racist uh, behaviors and perspectives. So, even though I was unaware of my unconscious racist behaviors, it has been imperative that I make those unconscious assumptions conscious so that I can change them and become aware of them.
The word racist often is very upsetting to people and no one wants to be known as a racist. How can they stop being racist if they don't even know what they are doing if they are doing racist things?
I think it's important to for white people to to get past being defensive about being labeled a racist and to recognize that because of the images we were exposed to growing up, that all of that is within our unconscious. So it was important to start with looking at oneself and seeing how race has played out in your life. Rather than thinking about arguing why you are not a racist, to put that energy into actively pursuing policies, procedures that are focused on racial equity in all areas of our social interactions.
You are the author of our Presbytery's Anti-Racist Adjustment. What is that?
It's actually a one page, I try and keep it a one page posting that helps people look at anti racism as a spiritual practice.
Do you have an example of an adjustment you can share with me right now?
Yes, I certainly do.
We learned from Verna Meyer's TEDx talk, highlighted in the Presbyterian Mission Agency's 21-day Racial Justice Challenge, that the social science tells us we all have what's called implicit bias. All of us. The research indicates that 70% of white people and 50% of black people prefer white and automatically associate black with negative. What do we do with that? We work to change it. That's what we do. We have the ability to retrain our brain's automatic associations about those we implicitly feel connected to and who we implicitly feel like moving away from. First, we can stop working to not see each other's color. Avoid working to be colorblind. We need to honor who we each are. Otherwise, we can overlook how someone's race is changing their possibilities, and we have seen that doing that can be deadly. We can also work to disassociate black with negative. One way we can do that is this week's anti-racist adjustment. Start by studying and memorizing the faces of black people who have done good things, regularly committing to memory what Verna calls disconfirming data that proves that your old stereotypes were wrong. Where can you find these black faces to memorize? We recognize that staring at strangers on the street isn't socially appropriate. At the Presbytery of New Brunswick's YouTube channel, there are slideshows featuring people who invite you to see them for the wonderful people they are, and to use their image to change your automatic associations. Recommended practice? Select one slideshow to view. As you memorize the face, repeat out loud what you see on the screen until the next face appears. Repeat daily for 30 days. Unlimited refills.
That was a really good answer. Thank you for spending time with me, and I love you so much.
Okay, love you, hon.